Wow! Thank you all so much for that previous video's support. You all do rock my socks off. I'm busy with a bigger project. There's a couple of logistical stuff that we need to sort out, but man, I can't wait to share it with you all. It's going to be a bigger video. It might be in a couple of parts. It might be a multi-part video. So enjoy this little shorter video. It's not necessarily a hidden gem in Bloemfontein. Yes, my doggy. Yes, it's not necessarily a hidden gem in my town of Bloemfontein. It's sort of a tourist attraction. It's one of the attractions in Bloemfontein. It's going to be a shorter video just to keep you guys a little bit entertained while I work on the next one. I've got a bunch of stuff happening now that I have to prepare for, and then hopefully soon you'll see the end, the other video. You'll find the other video, and yeah, enjoy this shorter video of Naval Hill. I'm also just a quick thing. Due to some logistical reasons, I couldn't actually record like I do now. So it's going to be a bit of a different video, but hopefully you still get some form of enjoyment out of it. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Zaffas Travels video. A shorter one, as I said in the beginning, just to say thanks for the support on the previous video and all of that. And we are making our way to Naval Hill, but we're passing the Loch Logan waterfront and the Free State Rugby Stadium, where a lot of matches and sport events are being held, as you can imagine, and sometimes even artists perform in this area. Now, as we're making our way past this stadium and going through the northern suburbs to show you just how green it is and that we actually have tarmacked roads, I'm going to go a bit into the history of Naval Hill. So, this hill is a plateau-like hill in the middle of Bloemfontein, the capital of the Free State province, and it got its name from two British Navy cannons that used to be stationed on top of the hill, and during the Second Freedom War, Vryheidsoorlog, and the original name of Naval Hill was Bloemfontein Berg, or Bloemfontein Mountain, but it was renamed to Naval Hill when people were stationed here, when the British were stationed here. And Naval Hill, as you'll see later on in the video, does offer very beautiful panoramic views of the city of Bloemfontein, and it is the highest point in a reasonably flat area, which you will also see later. The area is about 192 hectares, which includes the Franklin Nature Reserve, and it is the only nature reserve in the middle of a city in South Africa. And also a part of the Naval Hill is the Lamont Hussey Observatory, which was built in 1928 and was owned by the University of Michigan in the US. Can you believe it? And now it is a smaller theater, which is called the Observatory Theater. On the eastern side, you'll find a horse. On the eastern side of Naval Hill, you'll find a horse created by placing white stones, which was a beacon for the British army personnel when they were returning from war, from the fields of war, if you will. And thanks to my friend and the driver, he tells me that the cell phone tower, or the tower that you see there in the video, was the first and only cell phone tower that served all users in Bloemfontein when mobile phones or cell phones became a thing. It was enough and good enough to serve everyone with a cell phone in Bloemfontein. And now we're just driving a little bit slower. We're trying to find the animals. The Franklin Nature Reserve does not have any predators, so it's basically just herbivores like giraffes and anything. Unfortunately, we didn't find any giraffes, but we will be finding a couple of animals shortly. Right there you can see blue wildebeest along with some antelope, and shortly, right about there, we have our friend the ostrich. Now this is about somewhere like just slightly less than 100 meters away from them. No fences between us and them, between me and them, and 100 meters is about 300 feet if my maths are correct. And shortly we will try and find another angle which is a little bit further away, and it was a huge, well, I wish I found better footage, but I didn't want to approach them and cause trouble for myself, and, well, obviously Naval Hill, but more for myself. And there's our ostrich again. And the next part is where you will see how panoramic and how flat Bloemfontein really is. The Free State is really, really flat. We don't have any major hills or anything of that sort. And as you can see, the city, not a lot of bigger buildings, not a lot of big buildings, some sport fields there on the bottom there. And right about now, you should be seeing that big brownish building, which is known as the C.R. Swart building, or the C.R. Swart gebouw. It used to have a rotating restaurant on top of it. And they've tried to start that up quite a few times, but it never became successful. But as you can see, horizon as far as the eye can see. And like I always tell my people, Bloemfontein is like an oversized town. It is technically a city, but it feels a little bit like a small town. Sometimes it can feel a little bit like a small town. So the big attraction for most people is, of course, the Nelson Mandela statue, standing at 8 meters tall. That's about 24 feet, if I'm correct. And it faces the direction of a church where the ANC was founded in Bloemfontein. And as you can see, there's an event happening, and the noise was just a little bit too crazy to get proper audio of the things I wanted to say. It was like a governmental event for some people over there. And yeah, that is the beautiful statue of Nelson Mandela. Now, on the plaque at the bottom of his feet is the following inscription, a quote, if you will, from his book, The Long Walk to Freedom. And it goes something like this. I have walked that long road to freedom. I've tried not to falter. I've made missteps along the way. But I have discovered the secret that after climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb. I have taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can only rest for a moment, for with freedom come responsibilities, and I dare not linger, for my long walk is not ended. What a beautiful quote from his book, The Long Walk to Freedom. And right about now, you'll see me approach the statue, and I basically just reach his knee, if you will. And again, more beautiful vistas of Bloemfontein. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any other shots as people were basically camping on the other sides. But I want to say thank you everybody for joining me on this trip to Naval Hill, and specifically Iron Tortoise Gaming for sponsoring the video or for supporting the video. More info on how you can support me in the description. And until next time, you should have a good one.